When Friends Come to Call, an RC-9 Videos WifiSheep special, presented by RC-9 Videos. In 2008, when I ran RC-9 Videos and began making and uploading videos on YouTube, I came across a video by Railview TV about an open house in Crewe, England, a fine place for sick engines. I commented on how the diesel locomotive, which was built by EMD in London, Ontario, Canada, was pulling a Class 86 electric locomotive out of a siding. From then on, I began following Railview TV's videos, exchanging messages and comments on YouTube. Until one day, in July 2009, the creator of the channel, named Tom Williamson, made a video about UK rail height and track structure to answer my question about how it differs from track structure in North America.
One of the reasons I've actually come here to Oswestry Camping Railway Trust today is to settle a little question that one of my YouTube friends, RCdash9, asked, which is about UK rail height. Now, I wasn't actually sure what the answer is, so I've got my tape measure. I'm here on some standard gauge UK track, so we'll have a look, measure it up and see what the actual distance is. So you can see that from the top of the sleeper to the bottom of the rail is 2 inches. The rail in this case, which is bullhead, is roughly 4.5 to 5 inches high, and then the camera can just see, we'll just take the measurement from the ballast to the top, and that is roughly 7 inches. So there we go. Hope that answers the question. Yeah.
Railheads in the UK are typically shorter and heavier than those in North America, and the ties are fastened into a heavy anchor bracket with bolts and screws. Several months later, in June 2010, I created my own rail height video at the B&O Railroad Museum in Baltimore, Maryland, USA, as a way to compare and contrast with the British track structure as information was limited.
I like to make a little bit of a special video for one of my YouTube users over in England. His name's Railview TV. He did a video about rail height a few months ago, probably last summer. I figured I'd do some of my own rail height video as well. We're right in front of B&O number 3684 here. And let's take up a few measurements of how high the rail actually is. You see down here, this is standard AAR tie plate, standard spikes. I gotta say this is about 80-pound rail. It's made by the Nestle company. If you look up here, from the bottom of my shoe to the tie plate, I'd say this is about 1/4 of an inch high. The entire rail itself, if I put my foot from the bottom of the rail to the top of the rail, it's ankle high. I'd say it's about 1 or 2 inches high, maybe 4 or 3 inches, and the whole thing above, from hand palm length, is ankle height. From the tie plate on top of the tie, the whole thing is from the bottom of the foot on the ballast to the top of the rail. It's half the length of my leg.
From that point on, we began exchanging messages and pictures on Facebook. When I stopped making videos of my layout in 2013, I still continued to take still pictures of my layout. Years went by until finally, on my trip to the British Isles in April and May of 2019, we met in person at the National Railway Museum in York, England. We encountered several pieces of ornately painted and decorated rail equipment, including the world-famous Flying Scotsman, only running again for 3 years after an extensive rebuild. Hopefully I'll be able to travel there again someday.